Hello everyone, I am back again and I want to just apologize for my absence. I have bought a new house, which is huge, but it's a lot of work, and I haven't been able to really just sit down and make a video in a couple weeks. So I do apologize for not being here. I'm shooting in the daylight right now. I know the lighting is super weird. It looks very like shadowy and bright in some places, so I hope that doesn't bother you guys. But today I wanted to do a video about movies that scarred me for life when I was a little kid, and I never ever watched them again. Well, if I did, I was still scarred. It held up. So there's a couple movies on here. I kind of am adding some more to the list because, oh, there's the sun. I'm going to find a new angle so the sun isn't blinding, and we will go through my list of movies that scarred me for life. See you in a little. Okay, so I keep moving around the camera. I've shot this this one video like 50 times because this light keeps following me, and here it comes everywhere I go. So hopefully it doesn't bother you because I've tried to move like 50 times and it's not working. So anyway, I want to start with my biggest fear, and it's related to this movie. It is, well, at least my childhood fear, somewhat still fear of mine, and that is dinosaurs. I had the biggest fear of dinosaurs when I was a child, and I think it's because when I was 3 years old, my mother thought it'd be a good idea to show me Jurassic Park. Now, I just remember that she pitched it as, oh, it's a fun dinosaur movie. Like, you know, Barney. You watch Barney, he's a dinosaur. My parents did not have the best barometer for like picking what would be appropriate for a small child. My dad showed me Jaws when I was like 2. And for some reason, that never scared me, but Jurassic Park stuck with me the rest of my life. And I just remember I was fine up until the scene where T-Rex comes in the first time and he's trying to get the kids who are in the car, and he comes down on the roof, and that scarred me for life. Like, I go to amusement parks a lot because I'm really big into like Disney World and like Universal Studios. And I refuse, still to this day, I still refuse to get on the Jurassic Park ride and the dinosaur ride in Animal Kingdom because I cannot do dinosaurs. They freak me out. Jurassic Park was such a well-made movie. I'm not taking that away from it. I think it is a really well-made movie. And of course, I think Steven Spielberg is a genius, but it is terrifying. And the dinosaurs in that movie look so realistic. And I went to go see, which I'm shocked I did, I went to go see Jurassic World, and that did not scare me because the dinosaurs look so fake and CGI. No offense to Jurassic World, I had a good time watching that, but I wasn't scared because the dinosaurs didn't look real. For some reason, 1993 technology, whatever they were using, puppets, I don't know, the dinosaurs look so realistic. I still will not watch that movie or any of the 2, 3, whatever. I will not watch any of those to this day because it freaked me out. Anyway, I'm gonna move on from that because that is my that is like probably one of my biggest fears in life. And oh my gosh, okay. I'm like getting like over the top about this, but when I was going through, I'm editing this later, but before I do my videos, I go through and find pictures, videos for each of my video clips, and I typed in Jurassic Park. It still freaks me out to this day, scrolling through the pictures from like stills from Jurassic Park and seeing the T-Rex. Like, that still freaks me out, and I was panicking as I was trying to save them to put them in my computer. It was, it still obviously is a fear, and that movie did it to me. Anyway, moving on. When I was younger also, sorry, I have my little notebook so I remember all the movies that freaked me out. When I was little, I would go through, and I love horror movies, so I would just sit there and watch sci-fi Sci-Fi Channel on TV, and they would be replaying like old horror movies that weren't the best, but I would sit there as like a 5 to like 8-year-old and watch sci-fi. And one of the movies that really stuck out to me and freaked me out, it was this movie called Wishmaster, and I believe it came out in 1997. And for some reason, it was gory. I don't really like gory horror movies. I think that's such a cheap way to scare people. And it's not like, there's no artistry in that, I don't think, as much. Like, gory stuff, it's cool. Like, the artistry is in the special effects. But to me, that freaks me out. And this movie is basically about, if you haven't seen it, it's a genie and this woman, I guess she's like a gemologist. I forget what they called her in the movie. But she finds this genie and she releases him, and he grants wishes to people. And if you're not specifically careful about what you wish for, it goes horribly wrong. And the people die in such gruesome ways. And for some reason, I mean, there's a lot of gory stuff. And again, the special effects for the 90s were amazing in this. If you haven't seen this, go watch it. If you're really into gory horror movies, you would love this movie. Like, the effects in this look better than most effects now, I think. The acting wasn't there. Like, I can remember the acting wasn't good. But there's a death in this movie where the girl, I don't remember, like, I really haven't seen this since I was a kid because it freaked me out so much. But there was a death, and I don't remember what she wished for, but he turns her into a mannequin, and she's forever stuck in the store window. And I don't know why that freaked me out so much, but it was like she was still conscious, but she was a mannequin, so she was stuck there forever. It was like, and then, like, stuff like that, I'm getting the chills because that freaks me out, that kind of stuff. And, I mean, it's definitely underrated, I think, horror-wise, but I would never watch it again because I just remember it freaked me out so much. Anyway, that was Wishmaster. 2 more recent movies, and the next one is Slither, and I think it came out like 10 or so years ago, 15 years ago maybe. And I think it had Elizabeth Banks. Again, I've watched each of these movies one time, and I've never watched them again. And what's his name? He's from Michael Rooker. He was like the main baddie in this, and he freaked me out. He turns into this, like, it's like supposed to be like an old school like horror movie where these little like worm slug creatures crawl up into you, and and Michael Rooker, I don't know if he's like an alien, I don't really remember, but he's like turns into this weird creature throughout the movie, and or he's overtaken by the slugs that slither around. And there's a scene, if there's one other thing that freaks me out in movies, like I can't take gory things, but I 100% cannot take combustion. When people combust in horror movies, like I can't even talk about it right now. And that's another one. I was looking up, there's like a woman in this, and she like blows up to this like big thing, and then she's filled with all these, and they're like crawling around in her, the little slug things in the movie, and you can see them crawling around under her skin. She's like huge. And I just remember it was so, like, that freaked me out so much. And then like she explodes. I just see these like get under my skin so much, literally and figuratively. Anyway, I'm gonna keep going because I'm already 7 minutes in. God bless. Next is a movie that I feel like most people like have seen, and it's The Grudge. I don't do well with Asian horror movies. I've seen Ju-on, which was the original Asian film, and then the remake. All of the movies where there's a dead, decomposing woman, I can't do. With her eyes like huge. I think it's the eyes that do it for me. It freaks me out. I cannot take when someone looks decomposed and their eyes are like out of control. And the noise that she makes in this movie, like I can't. And there's a scene in this movie. I think I watched it like a sleepover when it first came out. And we like turned it off after the scene where I can't remember if no, it's a different character, and she's like, or he's like asleep, and he like looks under the sheets, and then she's like right there, and her eyes are so big, and she's like, oh, and I'm like, oh, that kind of stuff freaks me out. Like, it's individual like fears, and I feel like those kind of movies, like, it doesn't even just have to be The Grudge. I mean, The Ring. I saw another one, and it's terrifying. It's called A Tale of Two Sisters. If you haven't seen it, it's Asian. It's an Asian horror movie, and it's all in subtitles if you don't know. Like, I don't know if it's Japanese or a Korean horror movie, but I mean, it's subtitled, but it's so good, but it's so terrifying. I could not watch it again. But anyway, those have been the movies that have scarred me for life that I will not watch again. I want to know what your what are the movies that freaked you out so much in life that you could never watch them again? I hope you enjoyed this video. Again, I'm sorry for my being away for so long, but I plan on doing way more videos now that I'm more settled. Soon you'll see me in a new environment, be leaving here. So thanks again for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.